Thank you so much for checking out this free video. If you don't mind, please click like and subscribe. So, Valhalla should be back soon.
Really?
She is the husband of Erik.
Wife.
I'm sorry, the wife of Erik. And, well, you know, it's 2025.
When she was dressed up in that outfit, you couldn't tell.
And she gave birth and should be back soon. Now, there was a Chris Van Vliet interview with Erik, the Viking Raiders, and somebody sent me a clip on Twitter, and it was amazing. Because he told the story of how one day they got called up to the main roster, and they were putting the videos or whatever on the screen or whatever before the show, and he looks up and he sees Viking Experience. And he had the same reaction. It's always funny because, like, you know, this happens with AEW, it happens with WWE. I've dealt with this for decades. The company will do something dumb. You will point out that it's dumb. The fans will jump to the defense of the company and talk about how it's actually not dumb. And then, like, later, one of the wrestlers involved will do an interview and say, it was really dumb. I can't even tell you how many times this happened. So anyway, he looks up at the screen and he's like, oh my God. And so he goes to Triple H, who's at ringside, and he goes, is this a rib or what? And Hunter's looking at his phone. He just goes, I wish. He says, if you want to talk to Vince, you got to go talk to Vince. So Erik and Ivar, they go talk to Vince. And Vince was like, it has to be explained to him. They go, listen, a Viking Experience? What is a Viking Experience? It sounds like a ride at Disneyland. Hey, go on the Viking Experience. Like, what? So as it turns out, Vince is a fan of Vikings.
Oh, of course he is.
There was like a Viking show that Vince really liked. He likes Vikings.
No wonder, like,
and so literally, it's explained that, like, he'd been watching this show about Vikings, and somebody had explained to him, you know, we have a team that they're Vikings, and he was like, what? Call them up, because he likes Vikings. That's how they get called up, I guess. But then, you know, they got to get a name. So I guess, you know, he explains that, like, at the time, Vikings actually were, like, sort of in. And so one of the things was, you know, they were trying to trademark something involving Vikings, and, like, everything was taken. And Erik goes, well, Viking Experience wasn't taken, because nobody wanted it. And so they're explaining to Vince how stupid this is. Viking Experience, whatever. And they like had a list of possible names, and a whole bunch of them involved Raiders. And so they were like, well, how about the Viking Raiders? And so Vince said to him, well, too late in the day to change it.
Oh,
so
really?
You can be the Viking Experience tonight, because we got that one trademarked. And then we'll figure out that other one later. And so out they went. And, you know, Vince actually did the old no press is bad press. You know, because that famous Hell in a Cell where The Fiend and Seth Rollins had one of the worst matches of all time, and Vince watched it, and the fans turned violently on it. And meanwhile, you know, he fiddled. Just thought it was so funny. So they were the Viking Experience for a while there.
I guess better than the Leif Eriksons.
Vince had to be explained to him how stupid Viking Experience is as a tag team name. There you go. Are you one of those youngsters today who listens to Spotify? I don't even know what it is. But I do know this. All of our podcasts are available at Spotify. You can head up right now and sign up. The easiest way to do so, f4wonline.com/Spotify. And for just $9.99 per month, you can listen to 84 podcasts on any given month. 84! 2 to 3 podcasts every single day covering pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And if you think about $9.99 per month, That's just pennies per day. So check it out today on Spotify. That's f4wonline.com/Spotify. f4wonline.com/Spotify.